Hey, what's up, guys? Post in the comments what the weather is doing where you are. We are breaking down another multi-day severe weather outbreak possibility. On the cold side of that system, heavy snow is going to be possible. First, though, we're going to go coast to coast in a minute, and then we're going to go more in depth. Here we go. Big system starting off your Valentine's Day in the central part of the country. You'll wake up to a little bit of snow in Albuquerque through Santa Fe. Very heavy rain towards Norman, Oklahoma City, getting into central Kansas. Kansas City, some heavy rain. This little guy off the New England coast is going to drift back out to sea, leaving us alone. Some heavy snow from northwest California into the lower elevations of Oregon. Some heavy rain right along the coast. This guy here is the start of our multi-day big system that we're going to get into in a couple of minutes. Fast forwarding into your Tuesday afternoon, this is 2 o'clock Central. Look at all of the heavy rain in western Nebraska through Kansas City into St. Louis, down into Louisiana as well. Southern Minnesota getting rocked with some very heavy rain. Slight opportunity for some severe weather north of Omaha. Note the heavy snow on the back end of that guy. We will see more heavy snow materialize for eastern Dakotas and into western Minnesota. What you're seeing down here is the materialization of that bigger snowstorm that gets going for the middle part of your week. If you're liking this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out a lot. Not the biggest storm we've ever seen, but certainly a decent little one coming through, especially if you are in extreme North and South Dakota. See a widespread 2 to 4 inches of snow from Fargo into Watertown. As you move into northwest Minnesota, those snow amounts are going to gradually increase. I think a general 4 to 8 inches of snow is going to be possible in and around Bemidji through International Falls, west of Hibbing. You see as you get closer to Duluth, though, those snowfall amounts quickly drop, as a lot of this, unfortunately for the snow lovers, is going to be rain. For the rest of the video, we're going to break down in detail this multi-day severe weather threat and snow threat on the cold side of this storm. Here we go. Winter storm watches already in play from the southern half of Utah through the southern half of Colorado into western Kansas. I think we'll get snow out of this in Denver and Salt Lake City, but the heaviest, where we could have that 6+ inch snow event, is there highlighted in blue with that winter storm watch. Taking you to the model forecast. This is the European rendition, and again, where you see this blob here of blue and green, that's that bigger system that we just broke down. That's going to continue to head into southern Canada. Here is where we stand right now. That blue is the start of our system that will eventually eject towards the same kind of path, really, and head towards the Great Lakes. So remember, Arizona, New Mexico, we're also going to get snow from this. As we take this out, watch this thing just kind of explode a little bit. Comes together and gets more organized Wednesday into Thursday. Small stripe of snow here. I think the heaviest at this point looks like it's going to stay to the northwest of Chicago, maybe closer to Madison, towards Milwaukee, Des Moines, Dubuque. We're going to be in this, Dakota, Iowa as well, and extreme northwest Missouri. Now, there's also going to be a severe weather side with this, where you see this green, and this is going to be on Thursday afternoon. This is going to be February 16th, really from the Gulf Coast all the way up into the Great Lakes. We will have the chance for severe thunderstorms. We'll break this down further in just a second, but there's going to be an ugly side to this storm as well. As we move into Friday, this starts to push off towards the east, kind of ramps up a little bit, maybe even getting some light snow towards western Pennsylvania. The lakes wake up again off of Lake Michigan with that northerly fetch there, so could get some lake effect snow on the backside of this, and that is going to be Thursday into Friday, closer to South Bend, northern Indiana, and then that's going to blow off towards the Canadian Maritimes. We're also going to get a nice chunk of colder air. That's a nice big batch of high pressure that kind of sits right through the south. So more chill coming in for the weekend in the deep south as well. In terms of the snow, before we get to the severe side, I wanted to take you through the probabilities here. And this is going to be probabilities of 3 inches or more of snow. So you see the kind of footprint here. This is the European ensembles, and where we have certainly the winter storm watches in play, the darker red indicating the higher probabilities here for more than 3 inches of snow. Now, this is going to be really, really good news for Lake Mead as well. We're certainly still in a drought in this area, so getting snow in this part of the country is a very, very positive thing. Of course, we've documented a lot about the massive snow and rain in California earlier this winter, but we need stuff here to drain towards Lake Mead down the Colorado. So all of that is positive. Now, outside of the mountains, you see here, again, we're looking for the brighter colors to indicate where we could get more than 3 inches of snow, and especially right smack dab down the middle of that. And again, Chicago, I think we'll get some snow out of this, but right now it looks like the heaviest amount of snow is going to stay to the northwest of Chicago. Heads up in the south, again, we cannot catch a break this year when it comes to severe weather. That yellow shaded area is the relatively speaking higher opportunity for severe weather. This is going to be on Wednesday, February 15th. That's going to include Kennett into Memphis, Tennessee, Shreveport, Louisiana again, Little Rock, Arkansas, and then Northeast Texas that does get into Dallas itself. We have the lower probabilities of severe weather through Waco and then just to the east of Oklahoma City. This is the part you don't see every day. The Storm Prediction Center typically has their day 1, 2, and 3, and then they give a probabilistic outlook from days 4 to 8 when confidence is high that severe weather is here. We're going to fast forward to Thursday, February 16th, and you see all the way from the Gulf Coast all the way to Lake Erie, there's going to be that risk area for severe weather. That's going to include Canton, Ohio, into Louisville, Kentucky, into Clarksville, through central Tennessee, Nashville, Chattanooga, down into Montgomery for us in Jackson, New Orleans, into the panhandle of Florida. Again, that is a very, very big risk area for severe weather. And again, that's on Thursday. We showed you the timeline there just a moment ago. But again, everybody that's watching from this area should just be weather aware and watch how this storm kind of materializes over the next few days. We will, of course, keep you posted. I want to show you some of the dynamics now of this system. We're going to back this up to its kind of infancy here. And I mentioned the snow, and we're going across the country in a minute in the western part of the United States, specifically for us in Oregon and Northwest California. This is why major jet energy just kind of screaming from the jet stream, the Pacific jet right on down, and that's helping to get that storminess going, if you will, right on the west coast of the United States. That is that first dynamic energy now. This is the wind speeds at about 15 to 20,000 feet above your head. Now watch what happens. You see that storm here, the wind energy kind of work its way down towards the desert southwest, and then as it ejects out of the desert southwest, we're looking specifically for that brown color there. You see that really starting to scream. So we're going to go Wednesday evening. There is our jet energy, and that's exactly where we're looking, right out of the base of that trough or that upper level low that's going to be hanging back here. That's where we're going to really be watching for that severe weather threat on Wednesday. Now, as this materializes further up, you see this big jet streak. This is on Thursday afternoon and into the evening specifically. This is going to be 7 o'clock in the evening on Thursday, February 16th. There is that jet energy just screaming across the plains and into the Midwest. This is going to be your risk area again. A lot of wind energy to contend with. So any thunderstorm that does get going will be able to bring those stronger wind gusts down to the surface. So that is why we're concerned with that severe weather potential, even through the Great Lakes region, even in February. So again, just an early heads up here to make sure you're weather aware and kind of watch the progression of this system as it works across the country over the next couple of days. I was trying something new with Coast to Coast in a minute. Let me know if you like that or not. Again, just something to pay attention to over the next couple of days. We, of course, are going to be watching it closely. Again, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I would love to know where you're tuning in from. Post that in the comments below, and we will catch you next time.